It is 2:47 a.m. in a quiet warehouse just outside of Memphis. A tired worker moves through the aisles, scanning heavy boxes under flickering lights. He makes $18 an hour, and he is only on his 8th hour of a 12-hour shift. In the empty break room, his phone sits alone on a plastic table. Suddenly, the screen lights up with a notification from Gumroad. A digital product just sold for $47. A few minutes later, it blinks again. He does not see it. While he strains his back to lift another crate, his phone is quietly earning money for him. The gap between his hard labor and that silent screen says everything. Most people who want to earn more money do the only thing they were ever taught. They add more hours. They take a second job, work on the weekends, or stay up until midnight doing freelance tasks. Right now, the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that 8 million Americans are working 2 or more jobs. Even with all that extra work, the average person isn't getting ahead. The problem is that time does not grow or multiply. It simply runs out. There are only so many hours in a day you can sell before you have nothing left to give. This is about a different path. We aren't talking about working less, but about building things that can work without you. There is no hype here, just 5 honest models that change how you earn. Back in 1936, a man named Benjamin Graham shared an idea that changed the world of money. Most people still ignore it today. He explained the huge difference between having a job and owning an asset. A job pays you one time for every hour you spend working. If you stop showing up, the money stops coming. An asset is different. An asset is something you own that pays you even during the hours you aren't there. It works while you sleep, while you travel, or while you spend time with your family. Modern thinkers like Naval Ravikant explain it clearly. You want to own a piece of a business rather than just selling your time for a paycheck. When you sell your time, you are limited by the clock. But when you own equity, your income can grow without you. The businesses that last a long time are not always the ones where the boss works the hardest. Instead, they are the ones where the founder built a smart system that can eventually run on its own. This is the most important shift you can make in how you think about wealth. Every model we are going to look at is proof that this system works. We are looking for ways to stop being the engine and start being the person who owns the machine. The first business model is the easiest one to start. It involves selling digital products like a helpful PDF guide, a Notion template, or a digital planner. The best part is that it costs very little to begin. For less than $50, you can use tools like Canva to design your product and Gumroad or Etsy to sell it. While results vary, a good product in a popular niche can bring in anywhere from $300 to $4,000 every month. Once you launch the product, you might only spend 1 or 2 hours a week checking in on it. To see how powerful this is, look at one creator who made a simple $27 budgeting template. They sold that same file 4,000 times, earning over $100 from a single piece of work. Unlike a physical store, a digital file never runs out of stock, and you never have to pack it in a box or ship it. Someone can buy your template at 3 a.m. in a country you have never even visited, and the system delivers it instantly. This is why it is a system and not a service. You do the work once, and the digital file continues to provide value and earn money long after you have finished creating it. The second business model shifts from the digital world into physical locations with automated sales, vending machines. To start, you can buy a used machine for about $2,000 to $5,000. If you place it in a high-traffic area, a single machine can bring in $300 to $100 every month. The vending machine industry is growing fast and is expected to reach nearly $26 billion globally very soon. The best part is how easy it is to manage. Using simple phone apps to plan the quickest driving routes, one person can take care of 10 different machines in less than 5 hours a week. As our protagonist looks closely at this model, she notices an important truth. This business isn't completely hands-off the way people often imagine. Someone still has to drive out, count the money, and restock the snacks or drinks. However, it is a business that you can easily leave alone for a whole week while it keeps running and making money without you. The machine stands there acting like a tiny, solid retail store that never sleeps. It takes cash and card payments from thirsty or hungry customers all day long, turning a simple physical box into a reliable money-making system. The third business model is building a faceless YouTube channel or licensing content. You don't need to show your face, you don't need a fancy studio, and you don't have to keep any physical items in a warehouse. These channels focus on things like finance explainers, calming meditation music, or historical documentaries. They make money through ads, brand deals, and by letting others pay to use their videos. A channel with about 40,000 subscribers in a good niche can earn between $2,000 and $8,000 every month. Because there are no products to ship and no office space to rent, nearly 90% of that money is pure profit once your system is running. What makes this different from the first two models is that you are building an audience. An audience is an asset that becomes more valuable the longer it exists. As your channel grows, every new video you post has a better chance of being seen by more people. Many people are surprised to learn that you can be a successful creator while remaining completely anonymous. You can build a massive platform and a steady stream of income without ever having to step in front of a camera. It is a powerful way to own a digital property that keeps growing and earning, even while you are off doing something else. It is 11:40 p.m., and she is staring at a screen with 43 different browser tabs open. 4 different YouTube gurus are all shouting that their specific model is the only one that actually works. On her desk, a spreadsheet is half filled with numbers that do not seem to connect. She is not being lazy. She is simply paralyzed by too many choices. This is what experts call decision fatigue. It happens when you spend so much time researching that you feel too tired to actually do anything. The problem isn't a lack of information. The real problem is waiting to feel 100% certain before taking the first step. In that quiet moment, she realizes that certainty is never going to come. She takes a deep breath and closes almost every tab until only 3 are left. She decides to go with the digital product model. She doesn't pick it because it is perfect or because it promises the most money. She picks it because she already knows a lot about the topic. It is a path that is imperfect, but it is available and it is possible for her to do right now. She stops overthinking, reaches for her keyboard, and finally starts. The 4th and 5th business models are part of the long game. They might require more money to start, but they are worth planning for right now. Licensing is a way to earn money from a product, formula, or process that you do not even own. Instead of making it yourself, you license the idea to a bigger company and earn a fee for every unit they sell. Experts like Stephen Key have used this to get ideas into stores like Disney and Walmart. Once a deal is signed, you can earn anywhere from $500 to $10,000 a month with almost no extra work. The final model is Micro-SaaS. This is a small software tool that solves one very specific and painful problem for a group of people. It could be a simple tool for scheduling appointments in a niche industry or a plugin that helps freelancers automate their invoices. Many small software tools that are run by just one person earn between $2,000 and $15,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Our protagonist looks at these 2 options and marks them as phase 2. She knows she isn't ready for them yet, but for the first time, she can clearly see the path to bigger things. These aren't just ideas anymore. They are part of a real map for her future. Most people believe a simple rule. To earn royalties, you have to be the one who created the work. They think you must write the book, record the song, or invent the tool yourself. But this section is about shattering that belief. You can actually buy royalty streams that already exist. This means you can own the rights to music catalogs, patents, or books through online platforms or private brokers. When you do this, you are buying the right to collect the money that someone else's work makes in the future. Imagine a popular song written back in 2009. Every single time that song is streamed today, it earns a small amount of money. You didn't write the lyrics or play the instruments, but if you own the rights, you get the cash flow it produces. This is exactly how big investment funds think about ideas and property. While it may require between $5,000 and $50,000 to start, it is a market that is open to anyone willing to learn how it works. Most people will hear this and say they had no idea such a thing was even possible. That is exactly the point. The best opportunities are often the ones most people never even look for. 3 months later, she earns $214 in a single week from her digital product. She knows this is not enough money to quit her job just yet. However, those $214 prove something much more important. They prove that her files sold while she was asleep, while she was at work, and while she was talking to her mother on a Sunday afternoon. That hour of earning existed entirely without her presence. The shift isn't about the dollar amount. It is about the proof that the system works. From now on, every business she builds will follow that same logic. We return to the warehouse at 2:47 a.m. The worker is still there, scanning boxes under the same dim lights. His phone is still blinking on the break room table. The gap between the physical labor and the silent screen is still there. But now anyone watching sees both sides clearly. and they know which side has a ceiling that stops you from growing. One single stream of income might not change your entire life today, but building that first one proves that all the others are truly possible. That is exactly where it starts. Feel growth happens when you stop being the engine and start building the machine.